I already read that. As he laid me down and knelt over me, Sam smiled, and finally embraced me as we both desired. The pleasure between us would be heavenly, and we'd go through it together. I closed my eyes and gave myself to Sam. Is it over? Please tell me it's over. Oh no. My body, my mind, my soul, it all belonged to him as he held me. His body, his mind, his soul, it all belonged to me as I gave into his embrace. His kisses and fingers over my skin would forever engrave themselves into my memory as our passion rose through incredible heights. Please. I get it. They're doing the do. Can we stop now? Our breaths and moans to each other equally sounded and echoed like a blissful chant we never wished to end. Oh my god. We kept moving, loving, feeling every inch of our bodies until we had had enough and I was enveloped in his embrace. Skin to skin, heartbeats matching, we held each other in the glow of the aftermath. Okay! I nuzzled my head under Sam's chin as he held me close. Thank God it's over. Oh! He said I love you, in case you didn't hear. I love you too. Just to hear those words came from Sam's mouth made my heart flutter. To hear me answer made my soul warm in glee. I could feel both of us sink into a peaceful sleep together. It was the best sleep I have had in days, and I was happy. I had love, and I had my happiness. My life was simply perfect. Is it over now? Since, we did... No. Okay. When I opened my eyes, I found myself staring into Sam's bare chest. I blushed, but looked up to see Sam still sleeping. His sleeping face made me giggle softly, but the reality of the situation made my heart flutter. I couldn't believe it. I was lying next to a man I had grown to love with all my heart. His warm embrace made me feel safe, and as the tender moment we just shared replayed in my head, I couldn't help but smile and snuggle into his chest further. Unconsciously, he held me tighter to his body, giving me more of his warmth. I didn't want to move, but then my core suddenly tightened and made me sit up without waking the man next to me. I felt my legs move and bring me to my balcony window, where I opened the glass and stepped out onto the patio. Bitch! Go away! Ugh. I stared wide-eyed at Diana, who sat cross-legged on the railing of my balcony with her glowing red-eyed stare upon me. I opened my mouth to object, but Diana stopped me.
Before you get all huffy, I didn't come here to take your precious man away.
Exactly.
By the way, how was it exactly? Demons are the best lovers, after all.
It was fine. It was great, not that you need to know. I glared. What do you want, Diana?
Well, I just wanted to see how you truly feel. You know, without him around to influence you.
What? What are you talking about?
I'm giving you an opportunity to come clean about these feelings of yours, and to give you your salvation.
My feelings are true. What was Diana up to? This was beyond crazy. Nothing she had done made sense. Why was I still alive at this rate? What was keeping you from just killing me and taking them?
You are not worth my time.
No, you just don't have enough power to do it. Not worth your time? What are you, afraid something might happen? All at once I felt my body being lifted into the air and moved over past the railings, leaving me with nothing but the ground below threatened me with a collision death.
Oh, trust me, dear. I'm not afraid to kill you. I can drop you right now and leave your body to rot until the morning, when the boys would find you.
I wanted to speak, but the thought of her letting go made me fall, and letting me fall to my death scared my voice into silence. Diana then chuckled and wheeled my body back to the balcony, setting me down gently.
Alas, if I kill you, then the boys would never come with me willingly back to the demon world, and then I'd have to chase them all around the world, or kill them and drag them back. But then their father wouldn't be happy, and blah blah blah. Too much work.
Diana seemed very business-oriented, as if the boys were cargo more than men. It irked me, but then she smiled.
I'm giving you one one chance to denounce your love for the demon in your bed, and let me take him and the other boys back to the demon world.
And why, may I ask, would I do that?
There are so many reasons why, actually. There's the reason that he's a demon and you're a human, so you two can never truly have a happily ever after.
Yes, we can.
There's the reason that demons truly do not know how to love, despite what he may proclaim. The list goes on and on. The point is, if you give me the boys, I will promise you eternal happiness.
What? Eternal happiness?
That's right. I have the power to give you anything you desire. Power, men, women, money, fame. Name it, and it's yours. A demon never goes back on their word, and I have the power to obtain anything you wish. Our deal is our contract.
I could only stare in shock. This was a dream. It had to be. However, Diana smiled an almost genuine smile at me, shaking me into the reality of the situation. She would never smile like that.
Don't you wish to be free of your destiny? Your father constantly berating you to become the next CEO of your grandfather's company.
How did you... I was almost floored in surprise. How did she know all this? She was a succubus, yes, but how could she know anything beyond sexual desire? She wasn't Damien. Hold on, I need water. I'm sorry, guys. I get dehydrated real easily. Diana chuckled and leaned back against her arms.
Just because I play with hearts and sex doesn't mean I don't know my way around the human mind. You happen to be an open book of information, but I digress. I can give you your freedom with ease. It'll be like you were always meant to have it. All I ask is that you hand over the boys. What do you say?
Hell no. Was I seriously being given this choice? The man I loved for anything I wanted? A demon like Diana was powerful enough, yes, but did I even want to consider giving up the man I loved? Nope. She must have been crazier than I thought. I glared. Absolutely not. Diana sighed and stood onto the railing. When I wasn't expecting her lifting me into the air, I tried to scream, but my voice suddenly became locked in silence. What was she doing? Diana made me float over to her, and she smirked as we touched noses.
Well, if I can't return home with the boys, I might as well return home with the power to fight back.
Diana leaned in and kissed me. I shut my eyes, feeling the need to bite her lips, but finding no muscles in my face listening to my mental commands. What did she do to me? She made me, immobile. But I didn't want to enjoy it. But every nerve in my body was flaring in excitement and pleasure as she kissed me. Well, she is a sex demon, just like the boys. I felt my energy drain slowly, but forcefully from my body. Was she using her magic to force energy out of my body? That's kind of what she does, girl. It seemed like forever, but finally Diana pulled away from the kiss with a smile and a lick of her lips. She lowered me back on the patio and chuckled. For some reason, though, even though nothing seemed to have changed, she looked stronger, powerful. It was like looking at a new Diana. Diana then stepped back off the railing, making me catch my breath in my throat. She took another step away from me. She looked simply to be walking on the night air. She smirked at my sudden surprise.
May you never regret your choice, human. If you do, I'll happily come and take it away.
With a flick of her hair, Diana turned and walked away into the night, fading into the darkness like a shadow. I watched her fade away before looking back to the man on my bed. Did I make the right choice? Yes, you did. My heart gave a gentle thump, giving me my answer. I did. And I will never regret it as long as I live. I walked back inside and gently crawled back into bed within the embrace of the safest arms I knew. I stung close to the warmth before closing my eyes. I was happy. The rest of the story can almost be passed over. With Diana gone, my life returned to normal with school and my friends not remembering what had happened. It was as if magic never even appeared in my world. One thing was for certain, however. Sam loved me and I loved him just as much. And we soon get married. We had promised our lives to each other and nothing was going to take that away from us. Not even time itself. Our love was so powerful it practically overwhelmed me with joy every time I found him holding me close every morning. To think, a demon in love with a human like me. It was unthinkable, unbelievable. It's practically impossible. But it was true. The other boys decided to leave of their own accord. They knew that my future would only need Sam at my side, so they each decided to start their own lives in the human world. Sam understood perfectly, wishing his brothers the best. Besides, Sam had someone new to care for now. His brothers didn't need to worry about him now that he was caring for me. I felt bad as well for being closer to Sam than the others, but they reassured me that I was okay and that they would remain nearby should I ever need them. I was happy for that. They made me a promise, however, that I would love Sam for as long as we lived. That promise was instantly given. But what of my future? Well, it was kind of made for me. Before I graduated, James decided to step into the light of the Anderson Toys Company, and with the help of his demon powers and leadership charisma, he managed to influence not only the entire board, but my father as well, into letting him run for CEO. I was beyond shocked. How James managed to do all that was beyond me, but when the vote was called, James had taken over the company that I was destined to have. He vowed to respect the wishes of the late CEO and help the company become even grander company. For a demon, it was simple to make a company grand. My grandfather would have been proud to see how James helped it shine. With the CEO position filled, my father had no choice but to let me decide my future, which made me happy beyond compare. No longer would I have the future scaring me into a corner. I could choose my life of my own. That being said, I was still scared for where the future was going to take me. What did I want to do? Did I want to help James build the company? Did I want to venture off on my own? Sam reassured me that he would support me and help me through whatever I decided to do. I was grateful and would never forget that promise. I was happy, and nothing could shake me down from that happiness. One afternoon, a good couple of years after the boys and I met, I had a moment to myself, so I wandered my house and took in all that had happened as if it was a dream. The demons, the devils, the magic. It was surreal to believe, and almost frightened me to think that it could have all been a dream. But the warm feeling in my heart reminded me that it was all real. The demons, the magic, the love I had, all real. I smiled and held my hands to my chest, relishing in the feelings dancing within my soul. I let out a happy sigh before looking up and seeing where I had wandered to. I was realizing I was standing in the hallway near my bedroom. I guess I didn't wander far. In case you couldn't hear, it said, "Geez, how the hell did I end up here?" It was Sam. I stopped at the sound of Sam's voice. It sounded distant, yet he was clear as day. I looked around and laid my sights on an open window. He must have been on the roof again. I tiptoed over and listened further, wanting to know what he meant.
It's been years and I still can't believe I'm here. To think I wanted to leave in the first place. I'm such an idiot.
I smiled. I quickly remembered when he had first met. He was my first kiss, after all.
And I, of course, had the worst first impression ever. Why the hell did I do that?
I stifled my giggles. He was thinking of the kiss, too. It was adorable to hear him reminiscing and mentally slapping himself.
I guess I can't take back the past. I can only make sure she gets what she deserves from now on.
Huh? I didn't understand. He already gave me everything I wanted. He's practically mine already. What more could he give me?
Alright, Sam. No more fuck-ups. I'll call up James and learn how to be a proper man. I need to be strong enough to support her no matter what comes our way.
I could not believe what I was hearing. Sam was willing to change for me? I felt both honored and guilty. I didn't want him to change. I loved him for him, no one else. I quickly went to the window and stepped up to grab the rooftop. Thank God I had upper body strength, which in real life I do not. My sudden hand placement scared Sam. Help me up, Sam. Sam looked down at me in surprise before grabbing my arms and lifting me onto the roof with him. However, I landed once again in his lap with his arms around me.
What the hell are you doing? And how long were you there?
Long enough to hear everything, Sam. I don't want you to change. Sam stared, looking lost at what to say in my word. I caressed his cheek with a smile. It was true, though. He has faults, sure. But who didn't? I enjoyed his company and adored every part of his personality. Most of the time. Sam gently moved his head and buried his face in my palm, closing his eyes and absorbing what I had said. He gently opened his eyes, partially staring past my hand.
You do realize that I'm a brute, right? That was my nickname in the Abyssal Plains. I'm a brute. A monster. I'm not what someone can really want.
I do. Sam finally looked at me, a look of hopelessness in his eyes. You're what I want. You're not a brute, and you're not a monster. I gently glided Sam's face down with my hand and kissed him softly, reminding him of my touch and reaffirming my words. He stared at me as if his greatest wish had come true. I fought back a giggle at the sight. Sam gently pulled me to him, hugging me to his chest. I nuzzled into Sam's chest, hearing his gentle heartbeat and memorizing its tempo.
You've chained the monster deep inside
this sick and sinful body of mine. You know the song? Sam chuckled softly, the sound of his laughter sending happy waves down my spine. Sam smiled down and kissed the top of my head.
That's your ringtone, doofus. I've practically memorized.
I love that song, though, Chain the Monster. I smiled and giggled up at Sam. It was adorable to see him like this. Then I felt bold and straightened up to tower Sam a little.
Hey, what are you...
Ow. I simply smiled before kissing Sam's forehead, then gently over his eyelids. I love you, Sam. Sam held me and closed his eyes. I could tell he didn't want to let me go.
I love you too.
Oh, he's so cute. I didn't want to wake up and this was indeed a dream. I felt light as a feather, not wanting to ever let go of this man in my arms. There were no words that could describe the emotions within me. I felt joy, happiness, ecstatic, high, all at once. Here I was holding the man I would be with forever, under the beautiful orange sky on the roof of my mansion. I gained the heart of a demon. No, of a man I loved. I vowed to cherish him and love him for the remainder of my days and beyond. Could a demon love a human forever? I knew Sam would. And that was my happily ever after. End. Alright. So that was Seduce Me, guys. Alright, so I will go back and do the roots for Eric, James, Damien, and Matthew as well, starting from when I chose which boy. Also, I've gotten some comments saying that Andrew, the son of what's his name, that was also in position for CEO, also has a root. I will be doing him as well. And if you guys want me to do Diana's root and my two friends' root, I can do that as well, but you will have to request it. If not, I will stop with the boys. And yeah, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I make new videos every week. That's a lie. I do not, but I try my best. Love ya. Bye.